Hello, good morning, Paul. Hello, good morning, Shana.
Hi, thanks for joining us. Now,
Yeah,
we wanna talk about this quiet quitting. So, in the recent days, the term quiet quitting has been going viral after a TikTok account at @zaidalpin brought up quitting, the idea of going above and beyond at work. Now, this idea seems to be gaining a following among Gen Z workers. Now, what's your take on it?
okay. So maybe I do think that interesting topics lah. So my take is that's okay because we all have different perspective in our life, right? So as far as I observe, this phenomenon came with previous generation like Gen X or Gen Y or even maybe boomers, two generations before us, right? That forced to be the best in office and then ignore our mental health or maybe even our health, yeah, and in order to have to be successful in their life, lah, yeah. And then Gen Z came with ideas that, oh, okay, it's more like they want to be appreciated in more terms and in terms of working, and they do really care about their own mental health, like if there is still tomorrow, why do I have to do it today, right? And so on. Lah. So they do care about how to create more balanced life and avoid more stress in the office,
Yeah.
like the previous generation, since they all observe in our habit in before in office, right? They just don't want to be the exact same of the exact person that maybe the previous generation even being hospitalized because of heavy lot of work.
Yeah,
Okay.
So
I heard that a lot.
I see that we also came with different backgrounds, and most of it have different struggles in our life. So I think as long as they do are responsible for completing the task, the communication was okay to the team, or even maybe still respect their office time. I think that's not going to be a problem in short term. Well, I don't say that quiet quitting is bad, yeah, but you still have to focus on and maybe improve at some point with your main job and have some achievement in your career at some point. Because if we are talking about just working and working, I think that's not gonna have a fulfillment in our life.
That's true.
When I want to discuss, or maybe my take is I do have some concern that when we talk in a long term, my concern as an HR, Gen Z, or maybe people that have mindset quiet quitting, they won't be able to compete in office environment. Yeah, as we know, those older generations will be soon replaced, right? They're getting older and they're getting pension and soon be replaced with this Gen Z and so on, lah, yeah. If the quiet quitting is still on their mindset, I'm afraid the qualification would be sufficient enough lah for
Correct.
to lead them to be a better leader or maybe the regeneration of the position itself.
Yeah, it's a very odd concept for me because it's very counterintuitive to what
Yeah,
I was raised doing. Of course, I'm from the older generation that you spoke
You're
of,
Gen X, right?
and I guess that no, I'm not a boomer yet.
You're a
but,
Gen X.
No, but in the same sense, I guess it depends. Depends on what we want out of life. I mean, if you really want
Yeah.
that top corporate position, then I don't think just doing the bare minimum is going to get you there.
Yeah.
However, if that's not really your passion to begin with, then I can see how that might be adequate for now for you to pay your bills and put food on the table. But perhaps that's all you need to do. Now, why do you think this is happening though? Because is it because of the fact that we're now more focused on mental health and our well-being? Is it because of the pandemic where people realize, hey, a job is not everything because I could just lose everything just like that when a virus comes along? Or is it a combination of both? Or is it something else completely different that I haven't thought of?
Okay, I think the combination, the perfect answer, yeah. So if we are thinking about Gen Z, they also have maybe a lot of options, a lot of choices that include their working style or maybe careers. Just because the previous generation doesn't have it, like okay, we have to work in some company that maybe have a toxic environment, or maybe we have to strive to our fullest capacity, and then maybe we get it's okay as long as we get paid, blah blah blah. But I think Gen Z doesn't really have, or maybe doesn't really aspire in that way, lah. And then the pandemic came, and we realized that more focus or maybe quality time is more appreciated in our life or maybe in Gen Z,
True.
right? So
Yeah.
we want to spend as long as with the family or maybe have some quality time, just because we also maybe realize that, oh, okay, your office is not your life. So I think that's a perfect combination under.
Yeah, I mean, I like some parts of it. It's just that
Yeah.
it's kind of like a little instinctively it goes against what I was growing up to taught to do.
Yeah, it opens you up to, okay, this is possible to
Yeah,
do, right?
exactly.
Now, I also want to know, Mas Eza, so many people used to think that job-related information, like what's the application process like, or what a test the recruiters will give them, are confidential. I want to know what drives you to be an HR content creator, and how's the process?
Okay, so thank you. It is an interesting question. Yeah, I guess it started on early 2018 when I was in my first year for being full-time recruiter in my previous company. I feel like there's some knowledge gap about the recruitment process, or maybe interviews, or maybe creating a CV, right? Where the applicant doesn't really understand how to create their CV, how to make an interview, how to write a cover letter in proper way, right? So
Yeah.
as an HR, I don't really see the strength in their applications or maybe even in the recruitment process. And when it comes to interview, it feels more awkward when the applicant doesn't really tell about themselves and
Right.
maybe even doesn't know about the position and the company. Yeah, it is really, really awkward in that situation as an HR and an applicant. So it begins with the simple Instagram story. I guess it's more like short educational video in my Instagram, like do's and don'ts for an interview and what you should include in your CV, blah blah blah. Yeah. And I remember that mostly it's only going between only my friends lah on Instagram, maybe only for 600 followers or my friends lah. Yeah. And then it turns out they appreciate very well, and they asked me to make more content about this since they told me it was really useful for them, especially when we talk about how to make CV lah ya, like maybe to they want to resign and to move to another company like that lah.
Right.
So well, after that, I create more and more at some point, but I think there's some limitation in Instagram story since it's only 15-second vertical video, and of course, TikTok and Instagram Reels wasn't available at that moment, right? Come to think of it, I think that YouTube platform is more suitable for me since they allow you to create more longer videos or maybe a long horizontal video that yeah, such as like that lah, yeah, more detailed lah. And I really remember that my YouTube channel was a hit just after 5 or 6 months. I started that one, and then boom. Okay, that was my call lah, yeah, to be an HR content creator. I have to create more educational video, and yeah, I divided into TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, and yeah, to make it more diverse and reach more job seeker lah. I maybe fresh graduate to my content. So if you ask Sanas, why do maybe why is the reason why I do this until now gitu ya? I really think there's gonna be someone to make education content about
Yeah.
work preparations,
Sure.
since it helps other, it helps job seeker, and helps my work as well as an HR.
And as a result, you now have 500,000 subscribers on YouTube, over 90,000 followers on
Wow.
Instagram, and 180,000 on TikTok. So that goes to show that what you do is definitely reaching people and those
Yeah.
that really need it. Because, you know, honestly, I'm not on TikTok. You know why? Because most of it is
Yeah.
just dancing. But I do watch YouTube a lot because I do watch reviews, I watch
Yes.
product
Yeah.
reviews,
Me
I
too,
watch
me too.
educational things that I need to know about.
Yeah.
And I do believe now that with the introduction of Instagram Reels, as well as the longer TikTok duration you have now, that now you're able to do what you do on those platforms as well. So tell us, what are some of the most frequently asked questions that people ask when it comes to, you know, because like you said, so many people probably have the wrong idea about how to approach like making a CV and presenting the best version of themselves when it comes to looking for a job. So what are some of the more common questions that you usually get online?
Okay. Okay, aside from maybe creating a CV or how to do the interview job as well, I think recently my followers is often ask me about the how to switch careers from A to B. Since the situation up until now from pandemic, I think isn't stable enough lah ya, for their long-term career. So we have to make plans or maybe learn something new in order to prepare for the worst condition. Maybe they got resign or maybe the company is shut down. I don't know. But I think the main reason is that how to switch career from A to B and so on. And then another question is more like they want to do some cross check for the company regulations, such as okay lembur gitu ya, is it correct or maybe is it okay with that gitu ya? Since I know some of or maybe few companies in Indonesia still doesn't comply with our low labor or maybe our good regulation. So they just have to ask me about that in order to okay this is right or not, Bang Eza. And then for the fresh graduate itself, still yeah, they still want me to do reviewing their CV. Yeah, I got a lot of message that they want to make, or maybe they want to review their CV in my DM. So, Bang Eza, please review my CV. Is it good enough or not for notifications? I just like that lah.
Okay.
Maybe it feels like it's boring sometimes, but when facing some questions all over again. So maybe I remember that my main goal is how to help people to get their dream job or maybe their ideal conditions. So I will try my best lah to respond.
Okay. Do you usually, by the way, do you usually reply or do review somebody's CV if they ask?
Sure. I do have some spare time. I will create or
okay.
maybe making content about reviewing our my followers CV.
Oh, good. I might have one to send you then. I'm just kidding. No, I love my job.
All right. Now, I also want to know, as the biggest difficulty in being a recruiter and also HR content creator at the same time. What is it that you have to do that is challenging?
Okay, I think what is the challenge of being HR content creator and the full-time recruiter at the same time? I think it's more like consistency, time management, and maybe communications. Since I do feel that I don't really make content in daily basis or maybe uploading in every day, such as another content creator, right? Since it's pretty tiring and time consuming for me lah ya. After working, I have to make content, blah blah blah. It's pretty tiring, believe me. But you could say that my daily job is reviewing CV in every day, right? And if my spare time also creating or maybe preparing content for CV also in every day, I might be sleeping while dreaming, maybe reviewing others people's name or other people's name. So yeah, that's some burden lah ya, because I'm still consider my content creator profession. It's more like a side job lah. I'm still aiming for have a professional career in HR. Just because maybe I don't want to be a full-time content creator.
Okay.
And still, the last one maybe you have to respect your proper working time lah ya. Just because maybe as an example, in my office, in my current office, I work maybe 6 to 9 every day. So in order to respect that office time, I will only take or maybe prepare my content preparation for daily basis, and the complicated ones like making video for YouTube or IG video. Yeah, bisa, well I could say that will be done on the weekend lah. Gitu.
All right. So in case you're not one of the hundreds and thousands of followers of Eza's social media, please do so at Eza SH, or you can just check out his YouTube at Eza Hazami. So listen, Eza, before we let you go, our team has compiled a few, we'd like to call them either myths or facts. So we're gonna name some or name some off, fire some off to you, and you're gonna let us know whether it's true or false. Are you ready? All right. I guess he is. All right. Okay, here we go. All right, number one. All failed applications get thrown into the bin. Is that true or false?
False.
Oh, really?
False. Really?
Okay. So they usually keep them around just in case.
Because I think as an employer or maybe a recruiter, all applications really doesn't fail or maybe doesn't throw in the trash. We keep them as far as we know that. Okay, we have to keep them for future references, such as maybe,
Oh, okay.
okay, these applications doesn't suitable for accounting positions, but this one is suitable for another position that
Ah,
maybe we might open in the future. So
right.
if maybe I open vacant for the positions, I will maybe open the old files and then keep calling back
Okay.
to the
Okay.
candidates. Like
I
maybe
see.
Shanas and ini, you have a moment that maybe employer randomly calling you for
Yeah.
is it available for this position, such as
Right.
like
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
Like.
So
Okay.
no
The
doesn't mean
working
no.
is like that.
It might mean not at this time.
Not at
Okay.
this time. Maybe
All
you
right.
have to wait for another 2 months
Yes,
or
not at this time.
All right.
3 months.
Okay, number two. An employer might sometimes feel insecure over highly qualified applicants or overly qualified applicants.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. I think it depends.
Okay.
Depends on
Oh, so
what?
sometimes. Okay.
I think that okay. So maybe if we are looking at ourselves, insecure is our main problems, right? So
Yeah.
everyone has insecurities in their life or maybe at some point.
Of
But
course.
I think that maybe user or boss sometimes insecure with high qualified applicants. They do think that, oh, okay, this one's replaced me or maybe such as
Right.
like that. But there is another user or boss that sees the high qualified applicants will help them. I experienced that maybe some boss or users might like to have high qualified candidates or maybe high qualified team in order to get the things or to get the jobs done. I think it depends on the person, really.
Okay, so it depends on the boss whether they're insecure or not, or depends if they're right if they're a
Yeah, yeah.
quiet quitter.
All right.
Okay, last but not least, employers dislike applicants that ask for a high salary.
Ooh.
Wow. Oh, okay. So the main question is maybe false, yeah, and then it depends.
Oh,
So
good for you.
we don't like the candidates that ask high salary. Like maybe the job seekers is not qualified for that position and ask for a high salary. Like okay, they have 1 or maybe 2 years experience, but they're asking for the salary that maybe have minimum 5 years experience.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I think it depends on the candidate itself. Like, is it or maybe do you maybe qualified for this position? And then if you are good enough, or maybe I really like your competencies and I really like your abilities, I will give everything that you want lah. If I can say like that.
Okay.
Yeah, so it depends on the applicant. Good news for you, Shanaz.
Yay! Yay! I will be recruited.
Anyway, Eza, thank you so much for your time.
Thank
It's been
you,
great
Mas
talking to
Eza.
you. And continued success with all of your social media platforms. We look forward to
Thank
more
you.
content.
Thank you so much, Manas
Take care.
Anyas.
Have a good